Hey everyone, and welcome to Living in Ottawa. Recently, Ottawa realtors and residents were surveyed by OREA, the Ontario Real Estate Association, and OREB, the Ottawa Real Estate Board, along with analyst research to understand the current situation of senior housing options and affordability, and the findings were concerning for the short-term and the long-term prognosis as our aging population continues to grow. We'll dive into this, findings, and so much more in depth in this video. But first, show reel, hit it. A recent survey carried out by OREA and OREB, the Ottawa Real Estate Board, has identified a lack of accessible housing to accommodate senior living and relocating to Ottawa. Living in Ottawa presented seniors with a few obstacles when trying to find accessible housing, including affordability at 45% and availability at 22%. And 56% of realtors surveyed in Ottawa said they had difficulties finding properties for clients searching for multi-generational homes. In the survey, the top factors people were looking for when relocating to Ottawa were more space and bigger homes to accommodate extended family, affordability, and a good location. And this was closely followed by requests for bigger yards. Since the start of the pandemic lockdown, families have adjusted to staying home, and the demand to create more livable space outside has obviously risen. And in regards to senior living in Ottawa, 3 in 4 Ottawa realtors rate the amount of available housing as unsatisfactory, meaning it is hard to meet the needs of their clients. And to make it more difficult, the survey uncovered that the perception by the Ottawa public of municipal leaders was that there was not enough being done, and the overall performance was a poor job in supporting the growing housing issues. When it comes to Ottawa's multi-generational housing, the inventory is low and the diversification is limited. And unfortunately, it does not look as though this is going to change anytime soon. The Ottawa Real Estate Board was interested in the responses around the need for senior living options in light of the COVID-19 and the effect it had on senior living care facilities in the area. Many seniors would prefer to remain in their home for as long as they can, and the families have chosen to have their parents live with them in a multi-generational property. Unfortunately, there are very few options available to meet those needs. As part of the study, a phone survey was conducted, and from the findings, 80% of Ottawa residents were concerned about the affordability of housing in Ottawa, and 72% were concerned about the adequate housing for seniors. And 35% said they would require senior-friendly housing in the next 5 years. It was then suggested that construction restrictions should be eased to meet the needs of clients by allowing more flexible options for housing. It's obvious that there is a need for affordable and attainable housing options for seniors. And as part of this, there appears to be a need for municipal policy leaders to address the demand for a range of affordable housing in the elderly of the City of Ottawa very soon. Since COVID-19, perceptions have changed, and seniors think differently about where and how they should live. There seems to be a movement towards living in their homes for living with their families rather than being in an aged care facility. And some suggestions were made around the construction regulations supporting this, including more flexible construction regulations, ease on permit fees, and introducing incentives and the grants for innovation, make approval times on permits faster, provide tax breaks, and increase coach housing inventory. The above ideas are certainly creative, and it is to be hoped that community members act upon some of them before the situation worsens. For those unfamiliar with coach housing, a coach house is a freestanding building separate from the main house and built on the same lot. And they are seen as a way to increase affordable housing options and bring more density to established neighborhoods without a negative impact on the form of high-rise or other unaesthetic development. And the City of Ottawa has been proactive in focusing on urban intensification to limit the suburban sprawl as much as possible. And one of these efforts is the focus on the 15-minute neighborhood concept, which is being introduced in the new city future planning. Coach housing is a good way of keeping heritage precincts intact while offering more accommodation. And the survey suggests that from a realtor's point of view, coach houses are a good proposition, as they are completely separate from the main dwelling, and people living in them won't make the usual apartment block noise complaints. and this makes them perfect for older people to enjoy a quiet life and yet still have access to city amenities. All these options help support the direction the city is moving towards. It is obvious that the need for inventory and the diversity of multi-generational houses to meet the growing needs of seniors is immediate, and the hopes are that the city will initiate such concepts as lessening building permit regulations, introducing incentives and innovation grants, and potentially increasing coach housing options. I can also see that new home builders are incorporating their own housing floor plan designs for multi-generational living options in newer communities. But financially, it has to make sense as the demand is there, but the supply is not. So there you guys have it. Senior living and housing affordability and multi-generational homes in Ottawa. If you're thinking about making a relocation or retirement decision, feel free to reach out to us. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even wrap it up in a bow and send it first class, because we got your back. We're moving to Ottawa or retiring in Ottawa. And each and every week, we're bringing brand new videos just like this one. So make sure to tap that subscribe button and click the bell so you're notified each and every time we do a brand new video. Till next time, take care. So a recent report carried out by OREA and OREB Ottawa Real Estate Board, because we got your back. We're moving to Ottawa or retiring to Ottawa. We're moving to Ottawa or retiring anywhere in the community. I'm throwing off my game.